Kenyans are hungry, Kenyans are broke, children and the education system is broken, our health sector is broken. The president speaks today as if he belongs to an alternative universe, because in his presentation he has focused on macroeconomic indicators to paint the picture that Kenyans are indeed doing very well. They've got money in the pocket, they've got food in the stomach, and we've got medication in our hospitals. I think that is far from the truth.
President William Samoei Ruto, in his State of the Nation address yesterday, cancelled the Adani deal following the allegations that Adani was leveled to in the US. President William Ruto has cancelled the takeover of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, the Ketraco deal. I don't know if the same has been done to Shah, but this has elicited lots of reaction. Let us watch this as various MPs give their reaction to this specific action taken by the president.
You see, the president's constitutional mandate is to address us on the state of the nation. And we, as the representatives of the people, the state of the nation is as follows. Kenyans are hungry, Kenyans are broke, children and the education system is broken, our health sector is broken. The president speaks today as if he belongs to an alternative universe, because in his presentation he has focused on macroeconomic indicators to paint the picture that Kenyans are indeed doing very well. They've got money in the pocket, they've got food in the stomach, and we've got medication in our hospitals. I think that is far from the truth. We would have expected the president to make a proper, realistic and genuine assessment of the state of the nation, so that we can all rally together to find a solution to the problems bedeviling this country.
I think we're being nice with the Kenya Kwanza government by saying that the Adani deal slipped under their tables, but they knew exactly what they were doing the moment they got into the deal with the Adani. It was not something they did not know. They knew exactly what they were doing. When they're abducting young Kenyans like ourselves here, they don't need a lot of provocation. They just do a few things here and there, and they're able just to pick you up for one reason or the other if they believe that you're a threat. So I don't think that it slipped under their tables. They knew exactly what they were doing. And when you talk about public participation, I think the public participation that Kenyans understand today is what we saw on June 25th. That is the kind of public participation that Kenyans understand today. Because even with the ongoing public participation conversations on tax reviews and tax amendments, you can clearly see, you can clearly hear the plights of people, the questions they're asking. And then you're going to see these same proposals making it into the final document. And then you wonder what kind of public participation exercises were conducted. At the end of the day, we saw even with the impeachment process, and I'd like to thank the media for shedding light throughout in that entire process, and we saw the kind of submissions that were being made by Kenyans, and then what we got to see go into Parliament. And now we need to rethink how we conduct our public participation exercises.
Kenyans have also woken up to a new shocker, whereby now the president is referring to SHIF as the Taifa Care. Now, do we have NHIF, do we have SHIF, do we have SHA, or do we have Taifa Care? It's still a puzzle to be solved.
But he brought a new term that we're actually going to look at, Taifa Care. So I really have to understand what really are we now calling Taifa Care. But his commitment has come out very well. The only thing that has been concerned to me, when he has talked about the cancellation of the Adani contracts, we know that in SHA also there was involvement of Adani. So I'm concerned, is the one in SHA, in the health care, still remaining, or that one is also going to be cancelled? That is extremely important. It involved about 104 billion. It involved 104 billion shillings. So we would like to know, is the Adani involvement in SHA?
Even as Wandayi was trying to defend the Adani deal, he found it rough with senators, to be very specific, that is Senator Oledama Olekina and Sifuna, who even actually asked Opiyo Wandayi, how comes do you say that enough public participation was done, and you are not even humble enough to invite your SG of the party, which is him, Sifuna, the Secretary General? Therefore, this brought a picture of does it mean when you join the government, you have to support the government even when it commits atrocities to the people?
We want the the date, the proposal itself, how it was received from Adani, how it was processed, when it was forwarded to the public procurement or the private public partnership directorate, how it was handled, minutes of those committee meetings, the agreement itself. We will read for ourselves what the agreement says. I was looking at you very suspiciously when you are saying that there will be no consequence of a termination of a contract. As a lawyer, I know for a fact, Waziri, you are lying. So what we will require is to read these things for ourselves.
We as legislators, we need to look at what gaps should be filled so that we can legislate on that one. But also on the information that comes to the people. At what point? The public participation, we did not get to hear about it. Waziri must also admit that I'm one of those keen Kenyans who follow issues up. And I would wish that moving forward, as we now do these things, that you also inform us, because we are people's representatives, so that now the public participation can only not be seen to have been, how do you put it? It is not only done, but it is seen to have been done.
When we sit here, we are the ombudspersons of the citizens. And what we are hearing out there is not good. So instead of rushing in, suppliers actually also, in terms of the documentation, in your page 4 of your submissions, you indicated that there was public participation carried out. Give us a report on that. The chair has just told you he's not aware of any public participation. We, in this Committee of Energy, are not aware of any public participation. So I think it is important.
Senator Ledama, I'm very surprised that Wandayi would go to an important public participation and not even carry his SG along, as I was there. On such an important project, how did he find out about this public participation? These are questions I want answered.
As we provide us with all the due diligence report, provide us with minutes, public participation, and clarify whether you contracted an independent body to go out and carry out due diligence, not Ketraco members. We are being told Adani has bribed people, and we live in this country, and let's just call a spade for whatever it is worth. People get bribed, So let's submit those documents, and then we can be able to share with the public, and the public will judge us.
The parliament has also shown itself as a vehicle that is there to propagate motions brought in by the president. When he says it is left, it is left. It is right, it is right. When the president says something is good, they all agree it is good. When it is bad, they all agree it is bad. Now, where will they hide their heads? Like right now, the president said that deal has been cancelled. Those who are supporting Adani, what are they going to tell their electorates?
We as members of parliament, I want to challenge the members of parliament, my colleagues, because it can't be that whenever the president says that something is bad, then we say it is bad. When he says it is good, then we say it is good. I mean, it makes us look very bad, like we do not have a voice of our own. And that is why I want to challenge parliament today, that we must change our ways, and what is not good, we must say it is not good. And because our role is to oversight, and oversighting doesn't necessarily mean opposition, because that is how things are being taken these days. But I must say that I'm on record having condemned that whole arrangement of the Adani deal. The issue of SHA, I want to say that the whole system is a system, if properly implemented, can help our country. And as I challenge the people of the Republic of Kenya actually to register. But again, I also want to put it very clearly that we have issues that are also not working well with the SHA and the SHIF arrangement.
That aside, Raila Amolo Odinga came clean defending and sanitizing Adani, despite the public uproar of Adani being known for allegedly corrupting or bribing persons for them to get tenders in certain countries. What does this bring to the legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga? That is Kenya and the Kenyan government for you. That is William Samoei Ruto for you, and the leaders, the sycophants who follow him. Anyway, if you love content of this nature and you're watching from our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press notification button, so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. If you're watching from our Facebook page, kindly follow our Facebook page for regular updates. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the unscripted talks here in DURB Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, DURB Radio ndio mpango mzima.